Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am Rafael and I am here to review episode 7 of Drag Race España. And I cannot believe that we are already at the semifinals of this season. I mean, the show's gonna be over and I'm still not gonna be believing it. I'm still gonna be in denial. I'm not gonna get over that this season is ending. I mean, but we just have to keep it pushing until the queen gets crowned. So with that being said, the queens come back into the workroom after Dovima's dramatic elimination. And they're all a little shook because they're like, wow, like, Dovima really left. I really think that she had a lot more to offer. Poopy's like, maybe I should have been in the bottom. Maybe I should have been lip syncing. I mean, I wouldn't be feeling guilty if there's a queen that left and there's a queen that left. She gave up with the lip sync. She gave up with the lip sync. She had her reasons. Let it be done. I wouldn't just continue bringing it on like maybe I should have been the one in the bottom. No, I mean, there's a goal here. There's a crown to be won. So whatever way you have to do it is whatever way you have to do it. Carmen surprised Poopy with telling her, oh, I'm surprised that you have brought so much to this competition. Every week you have tried to be on the level of all the queens here. And you've actually been achieving that. And you're not just the clown here with bad fashion. I'm like, damn. And she said it with the most serious face, like, yeah, so you're a fucking disgrace and you're a clown, and your outfits are complete trash. Yeah, but I'm glad to see you here in the top 4. I love you, Poopy. Damn, Carmen, there was a better way of saying that to her. And Poopy's just sitting there like, oh, thank you. I mean, if I was Poopy, I would have took that damn sword out of my neck and just whacked her with it because damn, Carmen. So eventually all the queens come into the workroom the next day and they're accompanied by Supreme, who comes out in this beautiful pink suit, and it was sparkly and it had the blue tie, and I wonder if he did that on purpose to represent the trans flag. And it just is such a nice outfit. I really enjoyed Supreme's look last week, and this look, I think it even topped that. Then he tells all the queens that they have to go get a Samsung phone because I'm assuming they're being sponsored by them, and they're gonna have to use it eventually in the challenge later, and that they're gonna do a mini challenge now, which they're gonna have to do their makeup in 3 minutes. I'm like, damn, 3 minutes? Without a mirror inside this little tent thing individually. Supreme goes in there with a mini camera just peeking to see what they're doing, and Supreme is just so much fun on this show. He is such a good host. Like, you can tell that he's just having so much fun and enjoying himself and enjoying the queens this season. So he goes around and eventually 3 minutes are up and they come out, and some queens look better than the other ones. Carmen looks great, her makeup looked fine, she didn't look sloppy, and then Poopy says, oh yeah, of course Carmen could get her makeup done because she just has to touch her lip prosthetic. That's what Carmen gets for that clown comment earlier. Then Killer Queen also looks great, even though she was worried about her look being symmetrical or uneven or whatever. And then Poopy just looks crazy. I'm like, what the hell did you do in there? It just looked like she put a bunch of random shit on her face and was like, I'm done. And Sagittaria looks great as well, but the winner ends up being Carmen. After the mini challenge, Supreme announces that they're gonna do a makeover challenge, and he announces that the rugby team, the Titans, come in, which for a second I thought they kept saying Titanic, you know, the boat. I'm like, okay, it's a Titans. So yeah, I almost fucked it up. It's the Titans, and they come in, and it's 5 of them. So I'm thinking, wait, so how is this gonna work out? Is Supreme also doing a makeover? And since Carmen won the mini challenge, she's gonna have to be pairing everybody off together. One thing I enjoyed learning about the team is that they gave a little introduction of, oh, we wanted to be inclusive. We wanted to open up a whole rugby team because I know a lot of people think that you have to be masculine or, you know, manly man and bro-ish and shit to do some type of sport. But no, here we can join, anybody can join. Anybody from the LGBT community could join. And I love that. I love a little backstory. And for anybody who's not really into sports, at least now they would know of this team. And maybe, who knows, they want to join it in the future. And of course, Miss Flirtatious, Supreme, just loves to flirt. And she's just like, oh, hey, Flo, what are you doing later, Poppy? Carmen's thinking, which one am I gonna choose? Obviously, we all thought he was gonna go with Fernando because we all know, we all were thinking it about Fernando. But surprisingly, Carmen goes for the much easier rugby player, and he chooses the one on the far right, and then he pairs everybody off, and then he gives Killer Queen Fernando. That's his name, right? The one with the nice smile. And then Fernando goes over, and Killer Queen, I mean, all the queens, and I'm pretty sure all the viewers were just wetting their pants like, oof, look at Daddy Fernando, like, oof. Oh my. Oh, let me get some water. Hi, Fernanda. Hi, nice to meet you. I wonder if he's the type to not reply to you on Grindr, and it's just like, oh, I only like certain type of guys. Don't hit me up if you're not this, or this. Block. Carmen gives Poopy Godzilla. I mean, this man was tall. He was huge. I'm like, how are they gonna, transform him into a drag queen? I mean, Poopy was just looking at him like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Poopy. Can you hear me from down here? Yes, nice to meet you, Jose. Yes, we're gonna do the drag transformations today, okay? Thank you. Oh, don't step on me. Sagittaria ends up getting a somewhat easier player as well instead of Flo, who goes with Supreme to who knows where. And then all the queens start getting acquainted with their partners in the workroom, and they're all talking, and I just love the camera work here. I mean, I don't know if y'all noticed, but at one point, Sagittaria was talking to her partner, and the camera zoomed out with the audio and everything, and they just kind of lowered it, and they transitioned to Carmen and her partner, and I just thought that was so smooth. I mean, it's just little details like that that I love seeing, that I've seen that Drag Race España is really good with the camera work. And it was so cute and adorable to see them talking and just interacting like, yes, I genuinely want to know about you. It was Poopy's partner, and he also asked Poopy, is coming out also another thing, like coming out as a drag queen? And it's like two different things. And Poopy's like, yeah, in a way, yes. My mom, in a way, isn't really accepting of it. And she kind of just like looks down at it. It's like she washed the dress for me. And she was like, here, I washed that thing of yours. It's right there. And that was so tragic to hear. I mean, I wonder if Poopy's mom watches the show or knows that Poopy is on the show, or is just avoiding it, but it's just so sad. And Poopy also mentions how the whole drag experience wasn't just hard on his mom, but also on the men that he would see. If he wanted anybody to come over, he would have to hide all his shit in wigs, so that way that the man that was coming over wasn't like, I wanted a manly man. I don't want somebody who's kind of like wearing wigs and high heels. What the hell is this? And then Poopy does express that things are now changing, sort of, not to the extreme though, but I do understand that it's a different time. People are more accepting of dating drag queens. Still not completely, because some are still like, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with you kind of, being a guy outside of drag, and then in drag, you're a woman and stuff. And, it's stupid in my opinion. I'm like, just like the whole person as a whole. I really enjoyed the conversation that was coming out of Poopy and her partner. It was really nice to see that side of Poopy that, yes, like, I may be hilarious, I may be so much fun, because I love Poopy. I love her humor, everything. She's so funny. But, like, you see how the hardships that everybody has to go through, no matter how much of a good person you are, no matter how much you bring joy to other people, everybody has somewhat of a backstory that's kind of darker than what they show. The partners are getting the hang of it. Some are trying on heels, some are trying on wigs, and some are getting their waist taped for no reason. And Sagittarius is just freaking out. Sagittarius is like, I'm just gonna keep taping you and taping you and taping you. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? If I was her partner, I would have been like, get the fuck off me. Like, I did not sign up for this. You're taping my insides out, and I could feel my organs in my chest. And Carmen and her partner, it just comes naturally to them. I mean, they're just walking like they're on a catwalk, and her partner is actually a pretty good walker. I really didn't understand the point of the phone. I mean, I know that Supreme gave it to them at the beginning of the episode, but I'm not sure what the point of the whole thing was besides advertising it. I mean, they were taking pictures and videos while they were trying to come into the workroom and seeing their walks, but it didn't really add anything to the competition. I thought they were going to review the footage or something, but I guess it was just a quick advertisement. But you know what? I'm not mad at you, Drag España. Get your coin whatever way you can. Sagittaria continues spiraling out of control, just like she did last week, sort of. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I mean, how long is it gonna take to, sew a leotard? And Killer Queen's like, it's gonna take an hour. And Sagittarius like, fuck, I need to think of something, because all she's gotten was the boob, like the boob thing over her partner, which she didn't contour that correctly either later on. But yeah, so that's all she has, in some red shoes. And Sagittaria, it wasn't looking good for you, girl. And then it's elimination day, and all the queens come into the workroom, and they're kind of tossing a rugby ball to each other, which was cute. And this is where everything got so hilarious to me. I mean, Poopy Poison was all of us. I'm pretty sure Poopy Poison was all of us in this next scene. As all the queens are getting ready for the runway and shave and clear everything out, and, doing their little final touches, Fernando, which is Killer Queen's partner, needs to tuck. And Killer Queen is going to be the queen to help him do that. So they go behind this little board thing, right? That's kind of like see-through, and you can see their silhouette. And all the queens are like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Especially Carmen, but especially Poopy Poison. And as you can see in the silhouette, Killer Queen starts freaking out because Fernando just pulls down his underwear completely to let his hot dog just hang out. Carmen and Poopy are freaking out. Poopy's like, oh my God, I need to go see. Let me take a peek. And she's like, oh my God. Like, Poopy had me dying. She had me in stitches. Carmen is over there salivating and she's putting something in her mouth and just pretending, you know, we all know what she was pretending. But Poopy Poison is just over there like, do you have popcorn? She has no shame. She was just watching everything unfold. And then the funny part is, as Killer Queen is trying to tuck Fernando, Poopy Poison is just like, she's putting something in her mouth. Did y'all see it? There was a close up to her in the corner and she's just like putting it in her mouth, pretending to be, you know, Fernando. And she was just, Poopy, she was just hilarious. The whole thing was funny. Poopy Poison in her comments, I swear, she was like, I would do him. I would even suck him off if y'all give me another Samsung phone. Damn, Poopy Poison at this point, she was like, fuck the crown. As long as I get to go home with Fernando, that's all I want. And then it's runway time and Supreme comes out and I enjoy this look for the most part. It was cute. I love the red look and her hair was really nice like that. I love that it got to show more of her face and her hair was just all the way pushed back instead of having the big curly hair, you know, wrapped around her head. And then she comes out and she introduces all the judges and, you know, one of the judges looked like Kill Bill. And then we had Drag Race Holland Season 1 winner, Envy Peru. And I thought that was so fucking cool. I thought it was badass. That I think this is the first time that we've had another Drag Race queen on the judges panel, right? I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken. I thought it was cool. I like that Supreme or the production or anything didn't feel like, oh, maybe Envy Peru is gonna overshadow Supreme or the other judges because she's more known or something or whatever in the Drag Race community, you know? But I really enjoyed that. And Envy Peru looks great. She looks so pretty, so beautiful. This whole black look looked really great on her. And I love that little crown piece to her as well. So Envy Peru, it was lovely to see like a Drag Race crossover like that. And I think that we should see that more often on Drag Race. At least the winners. I mean, bring some winners onto the judges panel because if they won, they obviously have a certain good taste of what, you know, judging is like. The category is Fury of the Titans, but I'm not sure if the category also involved a family resemblance. I'm not sure because I'm like, okay, so are they supposed to look alike or are they just supposed to like kind of look alike or are they just supposed to look good? Poopy Poison and her drag daughter Peppy Passion, which I love the name. I thought it was so cool and creative. They come out and this was just not the best way to start the runway. I'm looking at this like, y'all are not serious. Like, Poopy Poison, I love you and everything. You are so funny and hilarious, but you cannot be serious with this drag. I mean, it literally looks like something we see on Drag Race Season 1 of US like 25 years ago or something. What was this? I mean, the makeup and the hair looked okay, right? That looked okay, but it just looked sloppy. It was just a bunch of random pieces put together. It was like your shoes are silver and sparkly, but your dress is black, and your dress is red, but it has a blue sweater, and it has something on the middle. But your wig is pink and orangey, and I have like these little teddy bears on my earrings, and I have these pom-poms. Like, what? This was not giving me cheerleader. And on top of that, Peppy Passion's high heel broke, which is understandable, but at least they kept going with it and everything. And the good thing is that they looked like they were having fun, and it looked like Peppy Passion was having fun. So I mean, I guess. Then Karma and Carla Ferralla come out, and they look flawless like always. I mean, it was very impressive, not only to see Karma look beautiful, because that's a given, but to make her partner also look beautiful and as glamorous as she did. I mean, she looked like a very expensive flight attendant, and it looks so good. I love the color pattern. And if y'all haven't noticed, that's the reason why I'm wearing this, you know, to support and give homage to Carmen's runway this week, because, you know, it's the same pattern, right? Well, it's similar, so we'll let it slide. And the most impressive part is, I believe she said she made this the night before, or she had one night to make this. I mean, every little piece of her outfit. How do you do that? It was already impressive that she did it last week with that beautiful look, and now she did it again this time. I mean, at this point, we need Drag Race Carmen's closet and seeing how she does these little outfits every single step of the way, because I just don't understand how she makes it look like something that she bought from home in like 5 minutes. I don't understand that. That is skill, Carmen. That is skill. And Your partner look great, you look great. This is a really, really good look. Then Sagittaria and Neptuna come out, and they actually look pretty well. I mean, this is Sagittaria's like what, 100th time wearing the stripper shoes again, which I'm surprised the judges haven't called her out on it, because I'm like, okay, I've been noticing a pattern here. Are these the only shoes you bought? But either way, she makes it look good. She looks great. Her partner also looked great. I thought she looked great, but the only thing I must say is that the boob piece up to her neck, I mean, Sagittaria could have put like a necklace or something to cover up the line, because you can clearly see that it was two different like skin complexions, and that kind of threw off the look and made it look a little bit cheaper. Maybe she should have contoured it a little bit better or added jewelry or something to distract it from like zooming in on that, you know? And maybe their walk or their, you know, performance or whatever you want to call it, of them coming out on the runway, could have been a little bit more in sync, kind of like Carmen and her partner, where they had this whole little like plot thing together, you know, with the magnifying glass, and oh, they're looking for a mystery or looking for a clue. And Sagittaria and her partner were just like, okay, we're just gonna walk and we're just gonna walk away. And finally, Killer Queen and Slayer Queen come out, and both of them look great as well. They both look identical. They both look like they were having fun with their little, you know, pistols and stuff. And I love that their little story together. And so I thought that the look was great. I mean, I wasn't really zooming in on anything like how they did it later on. I mean, they were saying, oh, we could see the pattern, we could see this. I'm like, I couldn't really see that, to be honest. I mean, unless you really zoomed in on it. I thought that Killer Queen did a magnificent job on her partner. Her partner looked like she was having fun too, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't easy to tuck all that meat. So Killer Queen, this was good. Finally is judging time, or in this case, it was mostly Envy Peru judging, because I think she was the only judge that was on point or saying what needed to be said, because the other judges, I'm just like, oh, what? Y'all are not saying what needs to be said on this stage. I mean, are you looking at Poopy's outfit? But we start out with Poopy, and Envy Peru's like, this is very basic. This is drag race, and this is the top 4, and this is what you're bringing it. I mean, it's understandable. We all love Poopy and everything, but the outfit was just tragic. It was not good. I don't even know how she looked in the mirror and she was like, this is okay, we're going on the runway with this. They are all impressed with Carmen because she made this outfit, and you know, her partner looks like a whole new competitor to the show. And then we get to Sagittaria, and they said that, oh, we just wish that there would have been some kind of story there like the other 3 drag queens did. I mean, y'all just kind of walked out here, which is understandable, I agree. And her partner shares a really, really touching story of how he was walking one day and they yelled out coronavirus to him, and then eventually he ended up at the hospital, and that's where he woke up. And that's just another tragic situation that has came out of this whole pandemic situation worldwide, that we have people attacking other people for certain things like this, like, oh, you caused this, I'm gonna attack you for no reason. So it's just another hateful way of just showing the ugly side of you. But it was still warming to hear that he enjoyed his time and the whole challenge as a whole with Sagittaria, and Sagittaria made him feel, you know, at home. And that's what it's really about, because all the other drag queens partners, they all seemed like they had such a blast. They were so comfortable and willing to open themselves in front of each other and share experience that they didn't have to share in front of the cameras, let alone to these strange drag queens that they don't know. Then we get to Killer Queen and her partner, and I mean, I understand Envy Peru's comments. I get it, I guess. You know, because once they zoomed in, I did see the pattern. If I was Killer Queen's partner, I would have just blamed it on, oh, that's not padding. That's just my muscles that's sticking out through my legs, because I'll believe it. And then, you know, the undergarments. So once you started, like, really nitpicking it, I guess I could see it, but you know, it was still a good look. And on top of that, later on, one of the Javi says, oh yeah, Poopy's drag is terrible and stuff, and you know, maybe that's just what she brings, but she's still a star. And I'm thinking, that is not how this works. Just because you're a star, she is a star and she's hilarious, does not mean that your runways are just like, okay, whatever. And I think that that's probably why they don't say nothing to Poopy week after week when she comes out in these certain outfits that don't look right. They're like, oh, okay, because they see the personality instead of seeing the look. So they probably just let her slide with that. Then all the queens go backstage, and Killer Queen says this crazy comment saying, oh, yeah, I think me and Carmen are going to be in the top, but if we really had to choose a queen to go home tonight, it'll be me. I would have said my name. I'm like, what? That is not how this competition goes. I get it that you want to be really super sweet, Killer Queen, and you are, but it's just like, you don't have to dim your light to make other lights shine brighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could shine on their own. All the queens this whole season have shined on their own. And you don't have to, like, you know, put yourself down to make others feel better about themselves. Like, it's okay. Like, you can say that you are the shit because you are the shit. So then all the queens reunite back on stage, and I was hoping that they could avoid this segment because I really don't like it. It's the whole portrait thing. It's like, oh, what would you tell your younger self? It's like, I don't know. It's just part of that. It's just I don't like it. I think I don't like it on any of the franchise. I'm like, can we just skip all of this? It's like you're forcing the queens to cry. I mean, I get it. You have to do it for the camera. You have to do it for a moment. But you know, next. So eventually, Carmen ends up winning the challenge. So she is safe, and she's the first finalist for the finale. And she goes backstage. So I'm thinking, okay, how hard are they gonna judge this? Who's gonna be in the bottom two? Because I'm thinking it's gonna be Poopy, but who is gonna be the other queen? But no, it was a complete different outcome because they're like, no, we're gonna have a three-way lip sync. And I'm thinking, oh shit. And you could tell that the queens were shook. I mean, it's already enough pressure that, okay, somebody's gonna go home. And I'm thinking, is somebody really gonna go home? Or are you just gonna let everybody slide through with a top four? So the lip sync song is Cuando Tu Vas by Chenoa, and the queens set that entire stage up in flames, on fire. You could tell that they were hungry for the crown. You could tell that they were so hungry for that top three. And I honestly think that all three of them should have made it to the top. I mean, it should have been a top four. I know I wanted, personally, a top three, but all three queens did really good, and I don't agree with the elimination. Yes, Poopy Poison's look was horrible and the worst of the night, but I think she did amazing. She was the best out of the three in the lip sync. My eyes kept going to Poopy Poison. I mean, I haven't seen her lip sync yet. So when she brought all of this out and all these dance moves and hair flips and everything, and she added sprinkles of comedy into it, I thought she did so good. I mean, Sagittaria follows right behind her. I think Sagittaria came in second place. And Killer Queen, even though I wanted her in the top three as well, based off this lip sync alone, I think Killer Queen should have been the one to go home, but I don't think that they were going to allow that anyway. So regardless of who did well or in what order, like, I think Poopy Poison was going to get the boot regardless. It was a hard decision because, you know, obviously we all enjoy these queens, and at this point, anybody who goes home is going to be painful, but I don't know, Poopy Poison she delivered a show. She was so good. And I love that we got to see her perform and get to see what she has to bring outside of the runways or the jokes. Especially when I thought that her and Sagittaria were going to team up together and lip sync together, you know, have a moment together touching on each other. And then Killer Queen's just over there. So I'm like, okay, are y'all going to double team her and try to get her out? But no, either way, all three queens did really, really good. I mean, Killer Queen had her moments where she was falling on the floor and trying to do dips, or I don't know what she was doing. She was also cleaning the floor with her back. And I'm thinking, Killer Queen, just stay on your feet, sis. You don't have to do all that. Let Sagittaria, you know, bend backwards and fall on her back if you want. But you stay on your feet. But the final outcome is that Poopy Poison is the queen to go home, and she does not make it to the top three. It was so sad, so bittersweet, because now who's gonna be the confessional queen? I mean, yeah, we only have one episode, technically two. We have the reunion next week, which I thought, oh, okay, I thought we were gonna have the finale and then that was it, but no, we're having a reunion, and I wonder if it's gonna be through Zoom or through online. I'm hoping that it's in person, but I don't know. Part of me is like, yeah, it's probably not gonna happen. It's probably gonna be through the computer, but hopefully it's good. We'll see how it turns out. And then the finale is the following week, and I'm thinking, oh, we have to wait another 2 years or whatever for the first crowning of España. But you know, it's worth the wait. And I love that Poopy Poison went out singing Me Voy by Julieta, because that's one of my favorite songs. And she went out singing that, and she left, and that was that, y'all. I mean, so heartbreaking to see Poopy Poison go. I truly fell in love with her as a whole. She is just something special. She is just a hilarious queen, and it was lovely to see her while she lasted this long in the competition. And she made it to top 4, so she should be proud of that. And I'm sure that we'll see her at some point in the future, hopefully All-Stars in some way or form. This is our top 3. Who are you rooting for? Are you Team Carmen? Are you Team Sagittaria? Or are you Team Killer Queen? Whose team are you on? I am Team Carmen. Carmen is going to win. I see it in the future. I mean, I can just see the crown in her head. I can see it. She's going to be Drag Race España's season 1 winner. Hopefully. I mean, let me not jinx it. At this point, it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out or what the finale has to give. But that's that, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Bye, y'all. Mwah.